Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren. And on my channel, we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be presenting you another episode of my Real versus Fake series, this time featuring the Cartier JUC ring. So if you're curious to learn the differences between real and fake, then please keep on watching. So first things first, as always, let's start with the packaging. And before we get started, can you tell which one is the real one and which one is the fake one? So over here in this hand we have the packaging for the fake ring, and over here in this other hand we have the packaging for the real one. So I would say that there are not a lot of differences in between these two boxes. They are the same shape, the same size, they have the same color. I would say the only difference is the font size. For the Cartier logo, the size of that font on the fake box is slightly larger than it is on the real one. I would say that is actually the only difference for these boxes. So if you are not familiar with Cartier JUC rings, they actually come with two boxes, for the real one and for the fake one. That was the first box. Now let's move on to box number 2. Next up, we have boxes number 2. Boxes number 2 are extremely similar because on the outside of the box there are actually no logos. They have the same shape, the same size, they feature the exact same design. I would say the only difference is really the design for the fake one, which again is here, looks slightly faded and maybe less of a sparkly gold than for the real one, but this is extremely slight. Actually, the biggest difference comes if you do open both boxes. So if you open both boxes, you will see that there is once again a Cartier logo on the inside, and here for the fake one it is once again larger, the font is larger than for the real one. Otherwise, the inside of the boxes is pretty similar. I would say what's interesting is, I'm not sure why, I just noticed this, but the box of the real one seems particularly heavy to me, and it didn't appear like that before I started comparing the real one and the fake one. But definitely in comparison, the box for the real one feels much heavier than the box for the fake one. And now let's move on to the rings themselves. Obviously, I will include close-ups and mug shots because I realize that it may not be as clear from me just holding the rings like this, but I did want to talk to you a little bit about the differences. Before we get started, can you tell which one is the real one and which one is the fake one? So over here in this hand we have the fake ring, and over here in this other hand we have the real Cartier JUC ring. Right off the bat, they're extremely similar. There are not a lot of differences. So I would say the first one is actually a difference in terms of sizing, and that one is actually my bad. I ordered the wrong size from the fake factory, so I didn't think that I actually have my ring in Cartier size 57, because I actually wear it on my middle finger, and I ordered really quickly. I answered their email really quickly, and so I ordered my size for my ring finger for the fake one, so that's my bad, that's on me. So this one is in size 52, so there is going to be a difference in terms of sizing, and that is normal because that is my bad. However, what's really interesting is this is a very slight difference, but I do feel like the real Cartier JUC ring is slightly larger, slightly wider, slightly thicker than the fake one. I hope that this is something that will show on the close-ups, but I'm not even sure because quite frankly I had to look like multiple times to find that out. The next thing that we're going to take a look at is going to be the weight of the rings, and that is something that is not visible on camera, so obviously I won't include close-ups and mug shots because it's pretty much pointless. So in fact, the real Cartier JUC ring comes in 18K white gold, so it is solid white gold. It is much heavier than the fake one. So the fake one obviously is not solid white gold. I mean, that would be like amazing for the price, but it is not. So it is much lighter than for the real one. And I would actually think, or you would actually think, that this difference comes from the fact that, you know, mine is larger, mine is like a couple of sizes up from the fake one. But that is also something that I have noticed in an earlier video that I made about the Cartier JUC bracelet. And for that one, the fake one was actually a size larger than mine, than the real one, but there was still a huge difference in terms of weight. So that is definitely something to pay attention to. By the way, if you are interested in seeing that video about the Cartier JUC bracelet, then I will go ahead and leave the link to it in the little information link over here for you to see it. But yeah, so in terms of the weight, that's something to pay attention to. So if you have a Cartier JUC ring or Cartier JUC bracelet and you feel like the weight is extremely light, chances are you might be dealing with a fake one. So now let's talk about the color of both of these rings. And here, the first thing that we're going to take a look at is the color of the white gold. So obviously both are, you know, color white gold. This one, like we mentioned before, the fake one is not solid white gold. However, it has the absolute exact same color as the real one does. And what's interesting here is when taking a look at a comparison of yellow gold jewelry, usually that is a big difference, and that is an extremely good way to tell a fake from a real one. Is usually when you're looking at yellow gold jewelry, the fake one is going to be super shiny, like almost like 24K type of gold, whereas the real one is not going to be as shiny, boom in your face. And for white gold, it's not the case at all, and that was actually the same thing for the Cartier JUC bracelet that I compared from this factory. It's also the same thing. So if you are trying to tell apart a white gold piece of jewelry, well, that's not the way to go. So that's the same color. I would say, however, in terms of the diamonds, so obviously both feature, you know, the same diamonds that are at the same place, but in terms of the color of the diamonds, I would say that for the real Cartier JUC ring, the diamonds are a tad shinier than they are for the fake ring, but this is something very minor and very slight. I am not even sure, to be honest, that this is going to show on the close-ups, because I basically had to put both rings on in front of a window and kind of like dangle them in the sun to be able to tell the difference. Our next point of comparison is going to be the design of the rings. Both rings have absolutely the exact same design. It's very difficult to tell them apart. I would say two things. The first thing is both rings actually come with little lines over the ring that are like engraved in the rings, if that makes sense. But you'll see from the close-ups what I mean. So for the real ring, which again is right here, those are 4 lines, which is the same as for the fake one. It's the same number of lines, but the lines for the real one are much deeper and much wider and longer as well than they are for the fake one. I mean, it's something that you will see when comparing both rings, but definitely not something that you'd be able to notice if, you know, somebody is like randomly wearing the fake one in the street. You would never be able to tell. But when comparing, that is something that shows. The next thing is going to be the pointy part of the ring where the diamonds are. That pointy part is going to be more narrow. You will see this on the close-ups for the fake ring than it is for the real ring. But it's not super duper noticeable once again. So this is the type of thing that you would be able to tell because I have both rings, but other than that, if somebody is just wearing the fake one, this would be very unnoticeable. The next thing that we'll be looking at is going to be the serial number and basically all of the inscriptions that are inside of the ring. So they are located at the exact same spot inside of the ring. For the real one, which again is here, it says Cartier, and then it says the ring size, which here is size 53 for my real one. Then it has a combination of 3 letters and then 3 numbers. And then it says AU 750, which is, you know, the inscription and the mark for 18K gold. So this is obviously 18K solid gold, like we said. So it's a combination of 3 letters and 3 numbers for the serial number. Whereas for the fake one, it says Cartier and then the size of the ring, which here is size 52, so different size, normal, like I said before. But however, the serial number here is 2 letters and then 4 numbers. So it's not the same combination of letters and numbers. Obviously, it's not the exact same serial number. I mean, we would have anticipated that. But it's also not the same combination of letters and numbers, so I think this is something to pay attention to. And then it also does come with the inscription AU 750, which again stands for 18K gold. However, this one is actually not gold, it's not solid gold, but it does come with the inscription. In conclusion, I would say that this, in my mind, is close to being a super fake, if not actually a super fake, because the differences in between real and fake were far and few between, and the few differences that there were, I could only see them because I was comparing both items. Had I only had the fake one, I think that it would be very, very hard to tell the difference, to, you know, tell that it is a fake ring, especially if being worn in the street, if you actually wear the ring, because, you know, that's what a ring is made for, to be worn. If you actually wear the ring, this would really be the type of stuff that in my mind would be almost impossible to tell. The one thing that I will note is that since the fake one is not solid white gold, it actually doesn't say on their website what the material is. So there might be some tarnishing down the line. This definitely would be something to email to them. If you are interested in getting, you know, this particular ring, I would say email first about the tarnishing or about, you know, the material, because, you know, a ring is something that's, you know, you wash your hands like a million times a day. So it's something that if it is not solid gold, it would be easy to tarnish. So that's definitely something to think about. But other than that, I would 100% recommend this ring because it looks super close to the real one. So if you are, you know, trying to decide whether this ring is for you or simply don't want to pay the Cartier prices, and if you are interested in getting this particular ring or really anything else from the fake factory, then I will go ahead and leave all of the relevant information in the description box of the video down below for you, along with the coupon code. I have worked with them on other real versus fake videos and have always been impressed by their quality, so you can go ahead and order from them with your eyes closed. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was beneficial and informational for you. In case you were looking at acquiring a Cartier JUC ring on the pre-owned market, definitely know that the differences are not that many and it's very hard to get confused. This entire time that I was doing the video, I was actually like trying to tell myself like, this is the real one, this is the fake one, this is the real one, this is the fake one, because I was really scared of confusing them, of mistaking the fake one for the real one. So definitely be aware of that. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.